The following program was produced by an independent community producer. The opinions expressed do not necessarily reflect those of the ECAT staff or board of directors.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. It's the Ron Van Dam Show.
Hold on tight, things can get a bit weird, if you like that sort of thing.
Hey, welcome to the program. It is the Ron Van Dam Show. Yes, it is. Don't argue with me. Welcome to the show. Thanks for being here. Those of you who have not seen this show before, okay, good, because I'm telling you something. This is a little bit different than the other shows here or kind of anywhere. I'm not on a school committee. I don't belong to a town. I've never been to the town pool even. I put my pants on the same way you do, over my head, and I do a show about basically nothing, in a sense that these are the things that bother us through life, and sometimes we agree, sometimes we disagree, but basically it's the things that make no sense. And I've been doing radio for 30 years on the same subject matter, and I haven't run out of things yet that make no sense. So sit back, relax. I'll do this for about half an hour, and then somebody's probably going to come on and talk about how to arrange flowers or something like that. All right, why don't you do a show? Why don't I just sit here while you do a show? Go on, do one. Go on, do one. What do you want to talk about? Go on, do a show. I'll listen. Go. What? You got nothing? All right, I'll do the show. God. If you want to listen to me otherwise, because I do radio now, I've been doing radio again for decades and decades on all different stations in the Boston area. I had a television show for 25 years called Another Night. Maybe you've heard about it. I've been doing radio for the same time. Now, then it went into the syndicated radio, and then the internet radio, and then the podcasting. It's ronvandam.com, newenglandbroadcasting.com, Google Ron Van Dam Show. We're on Amazon Music. We're on Stitcher, Pandora, iHeartRadio, iTunes, I don't know. I think I am, therefore I am. Apple Podcasts, all those things, TuneIn Radio, whatever. Anyway, I am excited. I don't want to be too topical because I don't know when they air this stuff, but I'm excited about the prospect of having a woman president. It's about time. Other countries have done it very successfully. As a matter of fact, many men presidents have not worked out at all, especially the older ones. So come on, man. It's about time we had a woman president. I'm very excited about that. It's just about time. I'm looking forward to it. Let's make that happen, please. Let's have some equal representation in this country for a change. Somebody that's like maybe from the middle-age generation, that would be nice. A woman, a smart woman, a well-thought, caring, vivacious, intelligent woman. This is wonderful. Thank you so much. Okay, now, enough about politics. You know what I've noticed recently? That we're all getting older. Even you. I don't care how old you are. You're still getting older. We're all going to be old at a point. And I think we have that in common. So let's stop maligning older people because they're old. It doesn't mean that they necessarily lose their minds, because I know dozens and dozens of younger people that have lost their mind entirely. So that's not always a barometer. But I have noticed recently that the body does start to tell you to slow it down, my friend. And with the social media crap and the TikTok clock thing, they always tell you that, hey, just because you're aging doesn't mean you can't do everything. It kind of does mean that. your body tells you that, keep it up as best you can, my friend, but this is what's going on, and why don't you take it down a notch? Just for your own safety and security, take it down a notch. Don't be so hung up on this age thing. Maybe you're not as quick thinking. You can't remember something that happened like a couple of days ago too well until you think about it, and then, oh, yeah, that's what it is. That's okay. A lot of us were doing that in our 20s. Oh, yeah, the name of that band, it's has something to do with a fish. Fleetwood Mac. Has something to do with a fish. Oh, God. I can't, it'll come to me. It'll come to me. 20 years old, I was doing that. Of course, I was smoking pot at the time, but that's besides the point. It's inconsequential. Just slow it down, enjoy life. Don't get so obsessed with having to remember everything, with keeping your mind as sharp as a tack. I watched a television commercial recently, and I don't remember what it was for, and that's how effective the television commercials are. I remember seeing something, but I don't remember what they were trying to sell me. I have no concept whatsoever. And I guess I can demonstrate because it's television, but I don't care to do it. But what happened was they had this young lady, or middle-aged lady, or old, I don't know who she was. She was sitting in a chair, similar to what I'm doing here. I'm sitting in a chair, okay? So here was a test. They said just to test how fit you are at your age, try to stand up from a sitting position just using one leg. Now, most of us, when we stand up, I don't think you can see this, when we stand up, we gut up like this. We use both legs to boost our knees forward, and we stand up. Well, this commercial was saying that the test to see if you still have your muscle tone is to try to stand up from a sitting position on a chair, but just use one leg. Keep the other leg like off the ground and just use one leg to stand up. And I thought, well, that's a piece of cake. I have no trouble standing up from a seated position. I don't even think twice about it. I tried to do this, stand up from a seating position in a chair, just using one leg, just one leg and not the other. I couldn't do it. I could not do it. And all of a sudden, panic broke into my system like, oh my God. But then I said to myself, could I ever have done that? Because I didn't try this before now. Could I do that when I was 30? I don't think so. I don't know. I didn't try that. The point here of my pontification, my Pope-like monologue, is who cares? Who cares? It's not, go on with your life, enjoy it, be respectful, be nice, get along, little doggy. Stop obsessing about, oh my God, I can't, my finger bends, but not as much as it did when I was 10 years old. Oh, come on, stop it. Just stop it. But I have noticed this. The older I get, the less hair I have. That's a problem. It's a problem for men. It's a problem for women. Maybe even more of a problem for women. They don't go bald necessarily, but they get thinning hair and they get little bald spots where their hair is not as voluminous as it used to be. See, for a guy, it's thinning hair. For a woman, it's, I've lost some volume. It's whatever. More considerably worse for a woman because there is some more vanity involved in a woman's appearance. They care about how they look. Men, they don't care at all. Oh, some do, but mostly, if we're going to generalize, women care about the way they look. Men, no. No. As a matter of fact, some men, when they get gray hair around the temple area and near the church and the synagogue and those areas, when they get the gray hair, they look distinguished. Oh, they are. Oh, that's a sign of intelligence and sophistication and suaveness, and you look distinguished. When a woman gets gray hair, they don't call that distinguished. You're like extinguished. So it's tougher on the woman, and I get that. Everything's tougher on the woman. Everything is. And I appreciate that, and I feel for that, and I get it. I understand that. Women go through a lot more than men. Oh, come on, seriously, you gonna argue with me about that? It's true. They emotionally go through more. They physically go through more. Their bodies go through more changes. It's a bitch, so to speak. Men typically get hair loss. There are some cultures or some individuals that they don't lose any hair at all. They have these full, lovely heads of hairs, these guys. And in general, I hate them because they have all that hair. And it makes a difference. Women like men with hair. I mean, you can say, no, I like a good, clean-shaven, bald head. It's nice to say, thanks for that, but you like to run your fingers through something, and, hair is like one of them. So men lose hair, they panic, and they don't know what to do, and that's why there's such a great industry of hair products for both men and women for that very reason, because we consider hair to be our calling card. It's as superficial gets, but check it out. Check it out, social media. Check out everything. Check out everything social. Check out your own reaction to people. Hair makes a difference. In men, especially, they start turning gray. This distinguished part is nice. When the whole thing goes gray, we're talking a different category here. Most women, especially, they color their hair most of their lives, and you do damage to your hair with that. You're pouring chemicals into your hair. It's not carrot juice. I mean, it's like real chemical stuff. And eventually you pay the price. Have you noticed that in life you eventually pay the price for everything that you did? Not right away, but when you get older, you pay the price. If you ate fast food all of your life and smoked and drank Coca-Cola every 10 minutes, that was fine. Nothing happened to you. Then you get older, you pay the price. Your body says, hope you had a good time. Time to pay up, baby. You abused your body. Now you're seeing the results. And when you're young, you figure, hey, I feel good. I'm happy. Like, what's your problem? Later on, that's your problem. You pay for it. You go to the beach all the time. You do sun tanning. You get into the tanning booths. You're looking good. Then you get older. Uh-oh, skin cancer. How did that happen? Hair is an interesting thing. It was a play on Broadway, and even that was interesting. Here's what happens with hair. At a point, your hair stops growing, and it starts to say, I'm out of here. And that's what happens. And you struggle with that, and you realize it's a thing, but I still would love to have the hair back. But it's not there. Do you know where it is? It's in your brush. Someone should invent a glue, non-toxic, of course. You spread it on your head. You take the hair that's in your brush, and you put it back on your head. And it doesn't last there forever, but for a good amount of time. And it's your hair. It's your natural hair. I don't know if it's alive or dead. I'm not into the hair thing. I assume it's not alive. But you can put it back, you see. And then with the glue, you can start combing it. Now, I don't know if there's a process to this or if that's such a thing. It's probably a ridiculous idea. I'm just thinking, why wouldn't that work? I've got glue. I've got a head. I've got my actual hair from my actual brush. Why can't we do this? And I don't know, but we don't. So the hair starts saying, I'm not coming back. We're done. We're done with this hair growth thing. You've reached the stage where the hair is not going to happen. However, Because we love you, says the hare, we will grow hair, only in the places that you don't want our hair. What? Yes, we have decided as hare, we are going to now start growing in places that you don't want us. We're going to torment you. Wanted hair? I got hair for you, baby. Check your ears. Excuse me? And I said, excuse me, because I can't hear you. What'd you say? Check your ears. You have ear hair now. I never had hair growing out of my ears. All I had was the earwax. Wasn't that satisfying when you were younger, or even now? You get those Q-tips, and it says on the box, do not put the Q-tips in your ears. But what do we all do? We open up the box, and we shove the Q-tips in our ears. We are like so stupid, but it's so satisfying, and it just looks like the Q-tips were made for that. We all do it. We all do it. The warning on the box, some of you don't even know that there's a warning on the box. There is. Don't shove them in your ear. Okay, like then what are they good for? And it's so satisfying when you take them out of your ear and there's this orangey, yellow stuff, waxy kind of stuff at the end of the Q-tip. It's such a cleansing feeling. It's like, wow, I'm surprised I could even hear anything. Now your ear, besides being full of the wax, is full of the hair. And here's the trick to that. You can't see that because you don't have eyes that could possibly see that. Other people see it, you don't. And that's annoying because you don't know you have it until somebody says, oh my God, you got a lot of hair in there. Excuse me? Oh my God. You can't even really feel it because it's not real hair. It's hair. I don't know how to put it. Okay, Ron, that sounds real bad. It's not over. It's not over. Check your nose. My nose? You've got nose hairs. Well, I've always had nose hairs. Isn't that part of the system there where it filters out? Yes. But your nose hairs are growing wild like weeds. What? Yeah, you need a weed whacker, my friend. Those, you could do a comb over with your nose hairs if you planned it properly. Now I got to check my ears. I have to check my nose to make sure I don't have hair coming out of it. Nothing happened up here. A field day over here. It's odd. It's just odd. And also, not to be lewd or disgusting, and women know this too, your hair turns gray, not just up on your head. All the other places that you have hair, it turned gray. Unless you actually note that, it'll freak you out when it happens. Like when you're taking a shower and you look down there and you go, whoa, what happened? Where's my vibrant color? Everything turns gray. Aging is a very interesting thing. It really is. It's nothing to get upset about because you can still do stuff. Can I jump as high as I did? No. Can I run as fast without getting winded? No. Can I get up from a chair just using one leg? I don't know if I ever could do that. Is my endurance as... No, it's not. I don't know what the rest of the sentence was, but no, it's not. Can I remember things? No, not as much. Or maybe I never could. I don't know. Quick, what's my name? I don't know. I was told once, I talked about this on a different show. I go to a lot of cocktail mixers because I'm in the media. I own a media company, the whole bit. So I go to these cocktail mixers and you meet people from other businesses and people in the same industry and you talk and all that stuff. And they have name tags. It's a little adhesive patch that you put on your clothes. And when you take the patch off, it's ruined your clothes. It's the glue sticks to the fabric and you can't get it out. And it's awful. And it says, hello, my name is, and then they have the name of the person. And without that, I would not know who anybody is, even if they told me their name. And then someone, I said to them once that story, and they said, Ron, the reason you don't remember somebody's name when they tell you what their name is and you don't know what it is 5 minutes later, it's because you don't care and you don't listen. Oh, I listen, but you're right. I don't care. Do I have to go through a name association game every time somebody says something? Hello, my name is Sue. And then you say to yourself, Sue. She looks like the kind of person I would love to sue in a lawsuit. They've done me wrong. I want to sue her. I want to sue her for all her money and her reputation. I want to sue. Then I'll remember her. Or, oh, that's that girl that has something to do with carrots. No, it wasn't carrots. It was, it has to do with driving. Her name has to do with driving. I can't remember what it is. It's because you don't care. Or you really do have a lapse of memory. I do believe that when you get older, your brain becomes full. I believe that. I really do. I think the brain cells do start to take a vacation and don't come back. But there's certainly enough to operate on a regular basis. I compare it to trying to find a parking space in Boston, trying to find a garage to put my car, something for maybe $55 an hour while I go to a restaurant and spend $200 for the meal, that kind of thing. And you drive up to the garage entrance and there's a big sign in front, and a guy that can't necessarily speak English but probably can, just chooses not to at the time. And they say, no, I'm sorry, this garage is full. There's no more spaces. We're full. And to me, that's what the brain is, you see. Like, you want to use it and put something else in it, into a space in the head, but your head says, no, I'm sorry, we're full. We can't. You're going to have to forget a lot of things permanently before you can get in here, but we're full. Sorry. We're sorry. Go find another head to put your information in. This one's full. I think it's like that. I really do. I don't know if you agree with my analogy, but I don't really care, to be honest with you. Yeah, I think that's a part of it too. But instead of being obsessed about things that you can't do anymore, I'll put it to you this way. Do you really want to do those things anyway? Are you just upset because you can't do them if you would have wanted to do them? Because you weren't doing them anyway for the most part. Now, sometimes you have an accident or you do have some type of a disease, and you are actually limited in your mobility or your ability. But it's usually, I can't do the things that I would have wanted to do, but I never really did them anyway. There are people that run marathons, and they get older, and they still run them and put their lives at risk, or they can't run as far as they used to. And my simple answer to that is, then don't do it anymore. Do something else that you can do without any... You know what I'm saying? Choose the things for which you are happy, as opposed to drowning into things that you can't really do. And that goes for all of your life. Oh, I wish I could play the guitar, but I can't do that. I just can't do it. Why don't you focus on the things that you can do that other people can't do? The talents that you have that other people don't. And you'll always find something that you do really, really well, even now. But other people don't do them that well, or can't do them at all, because they just don't know how to do it properly. They don't have that talent. See these things? Talent. Talent isn't just being able to play an instrument or to sing. That's a form of talent. Talent is anything that you do especially well. Maybe you've honed it yourself. Maybe it's something that you've discovered that is just instinctive to you. You don't know where this came from, but you can say it was a gift from God. I mean, okay, whatever. Or you could say this is something that I discovered within myself that I can really, really do well. And I've always wanted to do it, now I can do it. That kind of thing. Focus on the stuff that makes you happy, that makes you feel fulfilled. Don't think about all the things. I can't do this. Oh, I can't do that. Oh, yeah, that's nice, but I can't do that. No, I don't do that well. You can say it, but don't wallow in it. If there's a mud pit, you might get a little muddy on the shoes. Wash the shoes off and keep on walking past the mud pit. Don't consider it to be quicksand and now you're stuck in it. Excuse me, I have a phone call. Let me see who it is. Yeah, this is Ron. I have 5 minutes left of the show. Okay, thanks. All right. This is the control room. There is a flower arrangement show coming up next, and they want a little bit of extra time. So I'm considerate because I'm a considerate kind of guy. You might say, Ron, what kind of show are you doing here? What are you telling people what to do? I'm not suggesting. I'm trying to help out a little bit. I've been in media all of my life, in television and the radio thing. I've been in public positions a lot, in all different positions. Unable to get out of a chair with one leg, but still some different positions. I majored in sociology in New York University, have a degree. So, yeah, I studied it. I've been alive through the past, and I've been alive like now. And I see the way humanity is going. It's not like that. It's like that. Humanity never got any better. Violence is still prominent. People still don't respect. We're on opposite eyes here. I mean, I'm not saying civil war is going to break out, but theoretically, we got some pretty good makings of it. There have been tough times in the past. I've lived through them. We came out on the other end. Hopefully we will now as well. So, it's a matter of perspective. It's the way that you look at things. I'm not perfect either. I mean, I look at things wrong all the time. I have my peccadillos, and I said peccadillos, but I don't really know why I said that. Somebody in the room there is going, did that guy on TV said peccadillos? What is he talking about? I know what you're thinking. I know what you're thinking. We all have our things, the way we were raised, our natural way that we are wired. We all have something wrong with us. Nobody's perfect, and perfect people would not be accepted anyway because you're not like the rest of us. So no. But we all strive to make some sense of this, and I guess I'm like a hippie from way back, although it was weird. I still have the long hair in the back. I still got that stuff going on, and my deal through my whole life is like peace. Why can't you people make peace? Why can't you live in harmony? Do you realize how wonderful things would be if we all lived in harmony? Do you get that? Do you even understand that concept? Or does anger override everything? And it does. That's why the humanity thing's going like that. What can we do to contribute? Respect each other. If you're bothering somebody else, say, sorry, I didn't mean to bother you. Let's go our ways, separate ways. I respect you, you respect me. You have your life, I have mine. They can meld, they don't have to. Let's be respectful of each other and live in peace and harmony, and have that attitude with each other all the time. Let's give it a shot. I'm out of time. Wish you peace.